Hello there, I am Gifty Auntie and welcome to TSP with Gifty Auntie. Hello there, welcome to TSP with me, Gifty Auntie. Yes, TSP just means the standpoint, but this time, two brands together, mine and that of the standpoint. So it's TSP with Gifty Auntie. Today, one of my beautiful, amazing sisters, she's the one they call big things come in small sizes. A nerd with a swag. Those people doing the combination is whatever. Hers is another one. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest for today is the one and only Dr. Mrs. Adwoa Konadu Johnny. You are looking so stunning. I love your colors. You are wearing my color, red.
Yes, the favorite colors.
Finally, we get to do this.
Of course, we are here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Please take your seat.
Right.
So yes, as you now know, my guest is Dr. Nana, as we affectionately call her. But let me say thank you to Amazing Grace Enterprise for the fabric, this beautiful fabric. They are at Tudu, opposite the fire service, and it's beautifully put together by Liran Collection. Thank you so much. Rich Auntie vibe. Yeah. That's me. Rich Auntie with Nazi. And then, of course, my beads, bracelet, earring, beautiful by 20 Craft. Thank you to Avia Hair Collection for my beautiful hairstyle by Michelin's Mirror. Makeup product by Sigma Health and Beauty, and beautifully applied natural look by The Glow Bar. We take a break. When we come back, we get to do some talking. We'll dig out some untold story. You think you know her? Those of you who think you know her, well, we have a story for you. We'll be back. Welcome back to TSP with me, Gifty Auntie. Let me say thank you to my sponsors. First, Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. The new order of retirement is here. All you need to do is deposit a lump sum into that plan, and you will be sorted out for the rest of your life. From age 50, even if you're 50 years, you receive the money till you live up to 150 years, every single month. You receive it before you get to retirement so that you can even use that money for another investment with Old Mutual or whatever you want to do. And you will survive on that for the rest of your life. And there's a catch in there, because if God forbid something happens to you within 25 years, your next of kin gets to benefit as well. Listen, you can't go wrong with this. So let me tell you this. Just call them today on 050-453-4333 or go to www.oldmutual.com, or simply just dial *789*01# and you'll be sorted. At Old Mutual, they say Obrapa, Ahuto, Enkwa. I also say thank you to Verna Mineral Water. Verna Mineral Water has so many activities coming up this festive seasons. Listen, it has balanced pH level. It is low in sodium. It has all the minerals that you need. Actually helps you look younger. It is endorsed by the Ghana Medical Association. And then they also engage or embark on charitable projects like giving back to society and saving lives and changing lives and sharing love wherever they go. So anytime you take a sip of Verna Mineral Water, you are doing amazing things in the lives of people. Let me also say thank you to Kivo Hot Pepper. Is a new pepper in town. It is now easier and faster to cook those spicy, delicious meals with love. with Kivo hot pepper. You will feel the heat and delicious taste in every meal made with Kivo hot pepper. Get yourself some Kivo hot pepper today and use it for all your meals. They say, Eshishe, now so ed, papa. Now to my guest, Dr. Adwoa Konadu Jani, founder and president of Thyroid Ghana Foundation and deputy director, MSRC, University of Ghana Medical Medical Center. Right. She's also okay. The other two things I'll release it. Doc, it's been a long time in coming. Akwaba.
Yes. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
They say big things come in small size. I was reading the short profile that you sent me.
Yeah.
Were you a nerd in school?
Not really. Unfortunately, I wasn't. But I found myself in some small village, born in some small village. Now it's a district capital called Goso.
Goso.
That was where I was
know
born.
Goso very well.
Yeah. That was where I was born those times.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I used to.
Did you school there?
Yes, I did. And unfortunately, I passed and I went to Yasantua. So that's where the thing started.
Was that what brought you? Was it education that brought you to Kumasi for the first time?
Yes.
Okay. So before going to secondary school, you hadn't been to Kumasi?
I had not been in Kumasi.
Gosu girl, born bred proper.
In Gosu. Yes, but my mother was from Ahinemakokobing.
Okay.
But she was going for her family things, but we were staying in Gosu.
Gosu.
Yeah.
What kind of upbringing did you get? I mean, childhood.
The kind of Christian church. I mean, there won't be a Sunday that you won't go to. You won't go to church. No, it won't happen.
Was your father a pastor?
No, my mother was the Stanch SU member.
Okay.
So there's no Sunday, no excuse. Because after church service, those people who are not able to come, somebody is sick. It was a small community then.
Right.
So everybody knew everybody. We go and visit them and all that. So like church was the thing. And after that, she made us to understand that, hey, I don't have gold for you. I don't have anything. All that I could give you is education. So education was the thing for us as well.
How many are you? How many siblings did you have?
Okay, in total, we are 13. Okay. And I'm the queen 13.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious from father's side, but from mother's side, we are 3.
3?
Yes.
And you're the last one?
Last one.
Number 13?
Number 13, yes, queen 13.
Number 13, wait, item 13. Item 13 is always nice. So, I tell you. So, yes, you are proper entuswo. Proper
pension baby.
Pension baby, just like me. No wonder we click like that. That's nice to know.
Yeah.
So you grew up in a big family.
Yes, in a big family.
You still have good relations with your siblings?
Yes, all the time. We talk like 3-4 times a week.
Sometimes they treat you like a kid. They still
treat you like you're a baby last. They'll call you. Why? How come you haven't called? I mean, they forget that you have grown and you have responsibilities. They still feel like, no, you should call us. You should be the baby that you are. And then they treat me very well. Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah.
Oh,
kakra. They want me to be more trimude than this, but sometimes I want them to know that, hey,
hardcore.
I'm
a big girl.
Oh yeah, I'm a big girl. I've grown. So I mean, you could rest.
What was a childhood dream?
So my mom went to school, so she was a storekeeper, and I used to ask her what she did to become. She went to Phillips Commercial.
Okay.
Then, but I wanted to be a manager. What I used to tell her, I want to be a manager. I don't want to be a storekeeper. Just a manager. I didn't know. I don't want to be reporting to someone because she was reporting to her. I said, I want to be the boss, a manager, so that people report me. I won't report to anybody. And she was like, in this world, whatever you put your mind to it, once you work hard, you'll be able to achieve it. Yeah. And I mean, this is where we are.
Where you are today. Indeed, you're a manager in many, areas. Yes. Right. You find yourself in a heavy male-dominated area.
Yes.
In terms of consultancy, in terms of research, in terms of managing, the medical center. How has the journey been like?
Oh, the journey has been okay. It's been amazing. I've always had a way of getting things done. So I have been kind of always a mother to even those who are older than me. So I'll find a way to let you know that, yes, you are a man, but you were born by a woman. So no matter your age, you are my baby. So I call even people in higher position, the directors who are, I suppose, you are my son. Because you have a mother and I'm a woman. So with that relationship.
Was it a strategy?
Well, I think it was a strategy in a way, and it had worked very perfectly. And I also make myself available to them whenever, because my start of a journey was an HR person.
Okay.
So being a chartered HR, you always find a way to warm yourself into people's heart to be able to. So that's training had helped a lot.
How long were you in HR before you moved on?
So I was in HR, and I'm still in HR though. I haven't moved on, but now what I do is I do mentoring and I do training. Okay. I don't do the regular HR job like hiring, and no, I didn't do that. But I'm still in HR because I still mentor people. I still do training because I love knowledge transfer. Because I feel like tomorrow, if I'm not here, all the knowledge that I've gained, what will be the impact? The impact is my thing. So I love to mentor. So I mentor a lot of people, and I love to train, and I still train.
Do you know of the HR certification center?
Yeah, okay. I'm a member.
You're a member. You know, my daughter is in charge now. Pearl.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Chado, yes. So I chatted with them. Okay. And so I'm a certified chartered.
Oh, okay, okay. That's interesting. Okay, now University of Ghana.
Yes. So I was on the Hunger Project some years back, and I realized that research was a thing that is interesting, and especially the funding the grants and managing the grants and helping the researchers themselves to achieve the purpose. Because funding grants is a bit stressful, because let's say where we find ourselves, our government doesn't put a lot of money in research. But there are a lot of grants out there which we have the specialties in Ghana, but they need people to help with the funding, the grant, for them to be able to achieve what they are called to do. So it was an interesting thing that when I was on Hunger Project, I found, and I decided to delve into it, and then did some courses on it, and then I applied to the University of Ghana Office of Research as a research development officer. Okay. So basically what research development officers do is we find grants, and then we put PIs together to work on which grant that they want to do. Some PIs also find their own grants.
What is PI?
Principal investigators.
Okay.
They also find their own grants, and then they use the university, and then we help them to manage the grants. Okay. We help them with reporting, because grants come with a lot of responsibility. So with reporting lines, the reporting time, make sure that so that they are not blacklisted. Because if your institution is blacklisted with any grant or funding agency, it's a doom for you, because you won't, no principal investigator can go back to the funding agency to get money, because they didn't meet the timeline. They didn't use the money that was given for the purpose. We just have to make sure that whichever money is given to them is used for the purpose as they are.
And so let's say interesting.
Very.
Because you're smiling, so I couldn't wait for you to finish to us. You find it very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
You have this smile,
it's a lot of work.
Very excited.
Yes, because a lot of work, and it helps you to manage yourself very well. It helps you to manage your timelines, and it's very interesting because it puts me on my toes. It brings the best in me. Yeah, it does.
How many kids do you have?
3.
3. How do you manage your time?
As I said, the research thing is something that puts you on your toes. It makes you, it makes sure that you're doing things according to the timelines. Because any research organization or any research funding agency that you pick money from, you tell them that I want to do this project for a period of 1 year. This is my Gantt chart. This is my timelines. And per these timelines, I'm going to do this, every month, this. So you specified everything. So with that, you are already, my work at work, my timelines, everything I work is already in line with the Gantt chart that I submitted.
Right.
So out of that, I'm able to fit in the family activities, and it works perfectly.
Which one comes for you first?
Myself.
So yourself,
the family,
and the
job.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because most people say, "Oh, the family and then job."
No, myself.
Why?
So you see, if you don't find yourself, you won't be able to be there for the family. So first, I have to make sure, because of a thyroid thing, I have autoimmune condition. I have to make sure that my health is in check. Because if I'm in bed or if I'm in the hospital, I won't be there for the family. I won't be there for the job. So since I got the condition, I came to the realization that I need to put myself there to be able to get the strength and the energy to manage the two part. Right. Because if I'm not there, the two part would suffer.
Right.
So myself first, because I have to make sure every day the medication I'm supposed to take, I take it on time. I take it as specified, as directed. When I have to go for medical reviews, I do it as specified, so that I'll always get the energy to take care of the two.
Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the Thyroid Foundation, what led you to that, and then we'll get to the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, of which you've been inducted in as the
Distinguished Fellow.
Distinguished Fellow. Well, you're watching TSP with me, Gifty Auntie, and my guest is Dr. Adwoa Konadu. Very interesting journey she's had, but trust me, the untold story is coming in the second half. But before we go, let me say thank you to, of course, Bigger Drinks, Venom Mineral Water, House of Food, Antiviral and the team. How can I ever thank you? How can I ever thank you? Sometimes I wonder what I did to deserve you. God richly bless you. I also say thank you to Mrs. Ofori-Poku and the family. You know, sometimes we count our blessings based on the physical things we want to see immediately, but the things that God uses people to do for us, not to buy us cars, not to build us house, not to give us some money, but the things that He uses them to do in our lives that is sustainable, that continues, that people are committed and loyal to support what you do. Is mind-blowing, and that's what Mrs. Ofori-Poku and the family have done for us, and we are grateful. Yep Cleaning Service, thank you to Juice Time, we are grateful to you. Our Cuisine, Nyamisha, Nyuma Job, Chef Atre, thank you so much. And of course, this decor was done for us by Phoenix Decor. Thank you so much. We take a break. When we come back, we get to hear that thyroid story and the journey so far with autoimmune disease. We'll be back. Welcome back to TSP with me, Gifty Auntie. And again, I say thank you to Amazing Grace Enterprise. That's Tudu, opposite the fire service for my fabric and then my beautiful, outfit. Rich Auntie vibe. It's by Liran Collection. Thank you so much. Makeup products by Sigma Health and Beauty, beautifully applied by the Glow Bar. Thank you so much. Beads and of course bold earring by Twinny Craft. And then my hair is by Avia Hair Collection. They are also at Mokola near opposite the mall, the Mokola Mall. Yeah, they're there. But they're on Instagram as well. They have quality hair, which is affordable as well. And this wig was made for me by Michelin's Mirror. Thank you so much to them. Let me go to the big guys. That's the old mutual retirement salary plan. The new order of retirement plan is here. Now you can retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. Simply invest a lump sum into the old mutual retirement salary plan today and start receiving monthly income every single month for the rest of your life. And the exciting thing about it is that every year there is an increment in the salary you receive. You work where you will work in your office for God knows how many years. How many times do they increase your salary? Every single month. All you need is to invest a lump sum, and that's it. You will enjoy the kind of retirement that you're looking forward to. Don't waste time. Call them today on 050-543-4333, 050-453-4333, or simply go to www.oldmutual.com or dial, everything easy. *789 *01# to place a call. Obrapa, Ahoto, and Kwa. Thank you to Vena Mineral Water. Balanced pH level, low in sodium, all the minerals that you need. Thank you to them for the charitable project they embark on. They have supported the Gifty Auntie Foundation in many ways, and we are grateful to them. And then, of course, they believe in sharing love and then changing lives in whichever way they can. And they also produce a bigger drinks. We are so grateful to them. Kivo Hot Pepper is a new pepper in town. It is now easier and faster to cook your spicy, delicious meals you love. Just add Kivo pepper. You just, and they come in different sizes, small, medium, large, what for schools, for whatever it is, for home, whatever occasion. Please just get Kivo hot pepper. So you just know how to use it. Okay, thank you so much to all of them. Now back to my guest, Dr. Adwoa Konadu Jani, who is the founder and president of the Thyroid Ghana Foundation. She's deputy director, MSRC UGMC. She is a consultant with Victor and Victor. She's a certified HR personnel and does mentoring and training for HR personnel as well. She's a mother of 3 girls.
No, 2 boys and a girl.
2 boys and a girl. She's the 13th born of 13 children. Big family. This year, I think November, December, we saw someone who was the 20th of 22 children, and another was 22nd of 22 children, and she's the 13th of 13 children, and she's had an amazing journey. You touch on your, quote unquote condition.
Yes.
That autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
Okay. So in 2016, I went to have the last baby in the US, and they wanted to do a CS because I was overdue, and I refused. So when they were calling me to come, I didn't go, because the first 2 was the same experience, because the first one was almost 10 months, and the second one too, like a week passed, and so this one too. But that abroad, you don't take no for an answer. So they kept calling me, but I didn't mind them, because I had that experience, and I had also had a seed. I had sown a seed with God that the last one should be born on a Saturday, so that he and my husband will share the same birthday, the same name at all.
The things we do for love.
They will share the same name. So I wasn't ready to choose a day or to go for them to induce. I wasn't ready, because I knew that anytime I pray for whatever, I get it. Okay. So those of us with that strong faith in God, the super strong,
super crazy faith in God.
So I said, no, I'm not going. So I didn't go. And then I had spontaneous ruptured delivery. So I passed a lot of water, and the baby was not coming. They wanted to do a CS. I said, no, the baby will come. They shouldn't worry. So he came on a Saturday, as I had sown my seed for. And after I came back to Ghana after like 6 months, and I started experiencing some unwellness. So I thought it was because of that. So I went to see my OBG specialist in Konadu. Then I was working at Konadu. And we did all the checks. Everything was normal. But I kept being ill. So I started losing weight. I lost like 25 kg. And then the baby stopped breastfeeding because there wasn't any milk coming. So all that. So along the line, I started losing my hair. And prior to then, my mom had died like 10, 15 years earlier. She also experienced those things before. And on top of it, I started having brittle nails. So my nails was very painful when I pressed. So they were doing all kinds of labs, but nothing was showing. Until one day I met a doctor friend. As when I was going through there, and she wasn't around. Okay. So I saw her, I called her, she couldn't recognize me because I had lost weight, I had become very dark. And we used to call ourselves Mini Adra. She's also Adra. Sure. So I used that term and she turned. She was like, Nana Adra, what is wrong with you? She screamed and then she realized and she was like, sorry, let's go to my office. So when we were going, my folder was like this. I gave it to her. It's not that now that colleague was using the electronic system, then it was the manual. And as we were working, she was flipping. She was like, you've done all these labs and nothing. So when we go to her office, then that morning, when I was going to Kolebu, I raised the baby up. It was less than a year, but it was difficult for me to carry him. I raised him and I told God that, God, look, I'm not ready to come home because I won't ask for this baby for you to give me and you want to take me. I'm not ready. So today, let there be a diagnosis. So when I went to her office, Dr. Adwoa Jane Cancer, she knelt in front of me and she said, let's pray for God to give us a direction. And it was one Friday. So she prayed, and after that she was like, going through all this, your folder, there's only one thing that is striking. I think you have a Graves' disease. And I was like, what is Graves' disease? She said, it's a type of thyroid condition, And I was like, yeah, I know thyroid condition, but I don't know. And she explained it. But do the test. I'll still write a prescription since it's Friday. When the test is ready, send me the report. And so I sent it to her. I went to do the test. Even when the test came, I could see that, yes, everything was not normal. And she was like, instead of taking the medication, 2 tablets, take 4 3 times a day. And take it for a week. After 1 week, let's repeat the test and come and see me. So that's how come I got the diagnosis. And after that, I went to do the iodine scan and it confirmed that I had an autoimmune condition called Graves' disease. And I've been managing it since 2016. I did the surgery in 2017, in March. And because my mom had that, she was never diagnosed till she passed. Right. So we didn't really know what was wrong with her. Yeah. So I felt like a lot needs to be done. Because if I had worked in Kolebu for over 20 years and I didn't know about Graves' disease, how much more the average person who doesn't have anything in relation to healthcare? So it means that people may be dying out of it, and a diagnosis will be a problem. Because I had moved from one doctor to a doctor, one consultant to other, and their mind didn't come on it. So I felt like, hey, you need to do something. If not for anything, do it in the memory of your mother.
So you suspect, at least she wasn't, you suspect that that's what your mother had.
That died out of, because the autoimmune, some of them are hereditary.
So I was going to ask that, do you think this is hereditary? Because the autoimmune disease research. That we've done a number of programs, on the standpoint, then standpoint, now TSP with Gift Auntie, on autoimmune disease. It's like, most of the time it's inexplicable. They don't, sometimes it related to tiredness, spiritual attacks, and I suspect you even at a point.
A lot of I don't believe in those things.
When it started, you didn't suspect.
A lot of people told me that because then I had been promoted, and a lot of people were like, a lot of people wanted that seat, and they were in that office before you came, and you just got promoted and you were brought here. Don't you think somebody would tell me, I know somewhere, I know a strong this? And I said, no, when I pray, God listen, so I'm not going anywhere. If it is a spiritual attack, wherever it came from, it will go back. Right. So a lot of people said that, but I felt like, yes, if it's a spiritual attack, I'll pray and it will go. So I didn't follow anybody to go to that spiritual thing. Every time I would kneel down, pray, tell God that he should have mercy. If I've done something that is causing this, whatever, I turn it back to. If it's somebody who is doing that, I turn it back to. But I had a strong belief that because my mom had that, symptoms, and I was having similar. I had a strong belief that probably it's something that is more kind of a hereditary something, but not really spiritual.
But for your research, it's grave disease, a hereditary condition.
It's part of the autoimmune condition that are hereditary. Yes, just like Hashimoto's and all the goiter. Goiter is also hereditary. So if you have a goiter, the probability of your family, anybody in your family also getting it is very high. So it's part of those that are hereditary.
Okay. Nanaja, you and I, yes, we have faith. We believe in God, and faith is also doesn't mean that you don't take certain actions. Let me take you back to the US. Don't you think that action you took also might have contributed in a way?
No.
Refusing to go and then you having the uterus rupture?
Yeah. No. Unfortunately not, because I had after the condition, because I'm in research, I had read a lot of research articles, research work done in that area, and it had no bearing. Though some because when you're pregnant, your hormones are high. Most people may be diagnosed with autoimmune during their pregnancy. It will show up in that sense, but it didn't have any relation with the action that I took. However, the fact that I was pregnant and that time my hormones were high might be why it showed up at that time. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And how has the journey been so far since you were diagnosed?
So far it's been challenging, very, very, very challenging. Sometimes my colleagues look at me and they're like, what kind of person are you? Because every now and then you face with something. It's something show up, a different dynamics come in. So if you have an autoimmune condition, you can have a neuro problem, you can have a brain fog, you can lose your sense of reasoning. So there are times that focusing is difficult. However, the work that I do is focusing.
I know, right? That's
so sometimes they ask me, how do you manage? I mean, a very close friend had called me. He was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and he's reading a whole lot of things on Google, and I told him, Google will kill you. And he was like, Nanaja, I mean, and you say, I've been wanting to ask you questions. Because sometimes I get to work, I'm working, and all of a sudden something happens, and I find myself at the emergency. When I'm okay, I come back to sit on my seat and work. And he said, yes, many sound, but maybe baby. How are you able to manage through all this? And I said, you know what? There's one thing that I use to encourage myself, that I use is, there are a lot of people, we find ourselves in a health space. You go to the ward, so sometimes I just get up, go and walk on the wards. You go to the ward, you see people, they can't even move. When you talk to them, I like to talk to people. When you talk to them, they have hope that they'll get well. So, I mean, whatever I'm facing, it happens. Sometimes I get to work, all of a sudden, my face gets swollen. They rush me to the emergency, they give me medication, it gets better, or I inject myself an EpiPen, and I'm okay. But I still work. I continue the work. But
Nanaja, aren't you stubborn?
No, I'm not.
Because having an autoimmune condition means you need to take a lot of rest. You need to manage your time well.
Which I do.
You need to slow down sometimes. No, but from what you are telling me, you don't do any of that.
No. So I rest when I feel like I can move. This one, it's not, I can do it. I rest when I feel like, Nanaja, today, from how you're feeling.
And you still wear high heels?
Oh, yes. There's nothing that shows that if you have an autoimmune condition, you can't wear high heels. I still wear my high heels.
No, it's not that you can't wear high heels, but the thing is, anything can happen at any time.
Oh, yes.
Now we show high heels, so now we're
Yes. Sometimes they tell me not to drive, but driving is my hobby. So I tell them that if you tell me not to drive, it's like you're taking my breath away, because when I'm bored, when I'm stressed, when I drive around, it relieves me of the stress and it helps me to continue, right? Along the line, I got a friend who was driving me and all that, but it got to a time I was getting kind of depressed because I was put on one medication, which one of the side effects is depression. So I said, you look, sit by me. But I want to drive because I'm not being able to do what I love to do most. I love to drive. I mean, I can drive all around. Not really. I want to do something. I'm looking for something just to be me. I'm one of the crazy drivers, and I want to drive on with my gospel music, a bit loud, sing, and I get the joy, right? So just you sit by me, just in case. Though I know nothing will happen. Now I'll add that I know nothing will happen, but for the sake of the advice by my neuro people, so that they will not say that, we told you and you didn't take it, just sit by me. So I always have somebody sitting by me, and then I'll do the driving. And I mean, since 2022, that they discovered all those part of it which I was experiencing. I mean, it happens mostly at work or at home, but never when I'm driving, Because when I don't feel right, I won't drive.
How many medications do you take a day?
A lot. Sometimes 6 different ones. Yeah, sometimes 4. It depends on the timing. So like today, I've taken 4 different ones already. So in the evening, I'll add 2 different ones because I'm in my menses. And then at that time, you need to add other 2. Okay. Either than that, on regular days, I take 4 different medications. Yeah. And I take it.
You take it?
Yeah.
You time
all
it
the
so
time.
regular?
Yeah.
So you do all that you need to do.
I take one of them early morning, first thing in the morning. By 5 a.m., I've taken it. And
what's your greatest fear?
My greatest fear had been not being able to do what I think I can do, and leaving it in the name of I'm not well. And then tomorrow I look back and I feel like, oh, I could have done this, but I didn't do because I've been diagnosed with despite the fact that I have an autoimmune condition, I've been able to help people manage theirs better. Because some people feel like, I'm sick. If you accept that you're sick, you'll be sick. Yes, take the medication. I mean, that's why God created a profession called medicine. Yes. And they're doing their work. So I tell them that the doctor cannot drink the medicine for you. All that they can do is they will let you do the test, they will prescribe whatever. If you go home and you don't take it, they can help you. Yeah. You will be rushed, you will bear the pain, you will suffer. But sometimes people feel like, I'm tired, I've given up. I don't give up. So with that, I tell people, don't give up. If you give up on yourself, nobody can help you.
So tell me about the foundation.
Okay. So the Ghana Foundation is doing very well. These days, we're doing more community projects. Okay. So at first, we were kind of more visible in Accra because of the autoimmune thing. Don't do this, don't do that. Yeah. So mainly we're collaborating with hospitals in Accra. Right. But this year, May is International Thyroid Awareness Month. Right. So this year, May, we moved to Eastern Region. So we collaborated with the Eastern Regional Hospital to help. So we are doing a lot of thyroid surgeries for people who need it. Right. And then we're providing support. So we go to companies, solicit for funding, and then help them pay, because there are people who can afford. Right. And with that, it had been very supportive. Okay. Some companies have been very helpful. And then some churches, especially the Orthodox, we go there, we do the education, and then we tell them, we found a member, mostly the people who get they tell us to the church. We have a member here who needs your support. And they give generously, and we're able to do the surgeries for them. And so far, we've done surgery for close to 200 people since we launched the subsidized thyroid project with the University of Ghana Medical Center, where I work as the deputy director for the Medical and Scientific Research Center. So we launched it with the then CEO, Dr. Darius Kofi, and the current CEO, who was the medical director, Dr. Kwame Nimbuama. Yeah. So it's been amazing. At UGMC, we've done for 180 people. Oh, wow. Yeah, at a very subsidized rate. Right. And then those who couldn't afford, we solicited for funding and we topped it up. Okay. And then Dr. Obama said, he brought that idea Then another, I know that the district, the health insurance really work at the district level. So instead of the people moving, because we're getting a lot of people coming from Eastern region, moving to Accra, why don't we rather, I know the hospitals, they have the specialties that they can do the surgeries there. Let's start with Koforidua Eastern, where he used to be the then medical director there.
Right.
Why don't we go there first? So he connected the foundation to their current director, and then their research director.
Dr.
Dr. Ampel.
Okay.
And then the Dr. Amponsa, who is the clinical director and also the head of surgery.
Okay.
So we did the initiative there in May. We launched the project with them, and they also started the surgeries. So far, they've done for 17 people.
Wow.
From Accra, and those who couldn't go to come afford the UGMC but had the health insurance,
they go there.
And then
this is a case of turning your condition into compassion
and blessing to people.
God bless you. Now I can't let you go without us talking about the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, of which I am a fellow. You are a distinguished fellow.
Yes.
My boss. I salute. I salute. How did you get in there?
Okay. So I belong to a couple of associations, one day I just saw online, and then that Chartered Institute of Leadership, and I was like, leadership and governance. It was a bit strange because I had not seen that. Mostly you see one profession. And I feel like, leadership and governance is a good thing. So I called the number, and Dr. Asaribediakon picked. And I was like, I've seen your way online and I want to know more about it. He sent me the link of New Medical, the head office. I checked and all that. And I was like, I want to be a member. What do I do? So he told me what I had to do. I sent my CV and they sent it for the council, and then it was approved. And they were just 2 years in Ghana then. Right. So I was like, okay, I have a lot of colleagues who would be interested. Right. So I would want to be promoting it, if you don't mind. He said, no, I don't mind. I was like, I'm happy that your head office is in Kumasi, because most chartered institutions, the head office is in Accra. So I'm a Kumasi girl. Okay. That's what I would say, because I went to Yasantua. Exactly. So I'm happy that it's in Ozerikrom. So I will push the colleagues that I know in Kumasi to, I think that they deserve to know more about leadership and governance to join. Right. So that's how come we started. And so far, it's been good. I mean, the kind of education and leadership programs that the institution does is very impactful. So, I mean, or anybody that I talk to, that I share what has been done so far, they're all like, oh, that's nice. So they join and all that. So I've been a member since 7-8 years now. And
I think
we've done a lot of training.
We were both on it.
And
then this year too.
It had been impactful. I've given a lot of training with them to others, and also out of it, because of mostly the training and the points. As you train people, you get point, you build up point. This year there was a conferment of distinguished fellow on me. Yes.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And it was,
the unstoppable woman. No condition stops you.
No.
A woman with super crazy faith in God.
Oh, yes, just as we are,
I am so proud of you.
Thank you. And I'm proud of you too for having me here.
For coming to share your story, and I believe that somebody out there will pick, up something. We didn't even get the time to talk about, marriage and, raising children and all that, but we'll get another time for that. But before you go, what's your advice to especially women? Because I found out that autoimmune diseases mostly affect women.
Yes, it does.
I don't know whether it's because of our makeup or whatever. What have you got to say to women out there in terms of taking care of themselves and knowing when to, check for that? Okay.
There's a saying that I say that if you have health, you have everything. If you don't have health, you have nothing. That's why I told you earlier on that I put myself first. So what I would say to women is autoimmune conditions affect more women than men. Research has made us know that women are made up of a lot of hormones. Our hormones are more We have hormones that give us our breasts to come out, menstruation and all that. And when we are pregnant, our hormonal changes.
It's another
level. So I just want every woman out there to know that if you're a woman, you should put yourself first. I mean, you need that health to be able to be there for everybody. Because, you know, as once you're a woman, you are a mother to everybody. I mean, even older to you, younger, you're a mother to everyone. So all that I would say is, I mean, when you are tired, I do. I mean, in as much as I do all these things, when I'm tired, I break.
Yeah.
So when you're tired, break. However, I'll tell every woman that we shouldn't take things for granted. We should do that examination. I do that examination, that breast examination. Fortunately, we have annual things, breast cancer examination, the cervical cancer thing and all that. You should let your health be paramount. It's not because I'm coming from a health institution. However, I'm speaking from this as somebody who have a health condition and I'm managing. If you manage it well, you will live a normal life. However, if you throw yourself out that, oh, I'm tired of taking medication, I'm tired. The moment you say you're tired, you realize that you'll be worn out. So don't ever say, I'm tired. I mean, take the bull by the horn. And I also want to encourage women that some of us, when we get married, we let the marriage go into our head. I've been off the shelf, so I mean, I'm okay. You won't do anything. If you have anything, any goal that you set out there, go ahead, go and achieve it. And before you get married, let the person you are with know that for me, these are what I want to do. And marriage will not stop me. The fact that we are getting married doesn't mean that I'm going to shelve these. However, I will need all your support so that I'll be able to achieve that. Let nothing stop you achieving your dream or living your dream. It's difficult managing all these, as you know. Mm-hmm. It's so difficult to be able to do it. So now if you're not married and you have the time, instead of wasting your time on all those things, go ahead and achieve it. The time is now. Mm-hmm. And it's important to collaborate. Mm-hmm. Please, collaborate. It's collaboration that I'm able to be here with Dr. Ohineyeri, Dr. Gifty Auntie, is that collaboration. So collaborate. When you see somebody, don't feel too pompous or somebody to go, please, I would want to know more about you. I'm doing this. Can you help out? Ask for help. I don't think that you asking for help is making you anything less. No, you are not. It will rather make you better. And please, let's be women supporting women. We are not in competition because the grace that God gave each of us is different. It's diverse. We have a big world that we can all fit in. Right. So we are not in competition with anyone. I'll leave with you that let God be the center of every decision you take.
Let God be the center. Let God be in the story. But before we go, Doc, you know I talked about the Old Mutual retirement salary plan. We have a little token here. Let me show you some.
Oh, this is cute. Beautiful. It's very
festive colors. Okay. And then a beautiful. Hey, I'm jealous. This is what they call. How come I don't have some?
Oh, this is beautiful.
So cute. You know, branded. Yeah. You know, and I know you love your. Is it coffee or tea?
Yes, coffee.
Coffee. So this is for you.
Thank you.
We say thank you, and I hope that you sign on.
Thank you very much. I actually have an account that will go on the retirement.
They'll go on the retirement. I think but I am going to go on the education for my kid as well. But I'm on the retirement. So
this is very beautiful. Old Mucha, thank you very much. I'm grateful. And also on behalf of Ghana Foundation, we always leave our mark where we go.
Right.
So, since I'm here, you are officially an ambassador for the Ghana Foundation as well.
I accept.
So this is our pin, also for you to wear.
Thank you.
To remind you all the time that Ghana Foundation is there and we are impacting lives.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen to that. I'll be back. You know, I've said it quite a few times, but I don't know if it's in our DNA or not, but women have this tendency of putting all others first before ourselves. But we need to make that effort. We need to be intentional about putting ourselves first. Most of the time. Well, sometimes you can't really help it, but we need to take care of ourselves because, when people say, or when it is said that women are vulnerable, it doesn't mean we are weak. But our whole system, our makeup, what our embodiment has a lot of challenges. And the least thing triggers so many things that can really harm it. Listen, when it comes to cancer, majority of it, women, it affects women. HIV, women. Even when COVID came, women were at risk. And now autoimmune diseases. So many things. And so we need to be intentional. We need to make our health a priority. 2025, please, of all the things that you intend to do, of all the things you want to achieve, I urge you to make good health one of your top priorities of achieving good health. Having your medicals, eating well, exercising, reducing stress. This one goes for me, myself. I need to take that advice. Resting when necessary. And understanding that ultimately, you are just one person. And there's only so much that you can do. Learn to let things go. And learn to laugh a bit more. I remain a woman with super crazy faith in God, but I know God has also given us wisdom. And the fact that He's in our story doesn't mean we should not apply the wisdom. Take care of yourself, woman. Live long, live strong, and live happy. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.